So our trivia question of the day. What has Ron Widby have to do with the greatest quarterback of the 1970s? Well, Roger Staubach is iconic across the world because of his famous number 12, which was worn by Tom Brady for many years. But number 12 became the number for NFL elite quarterbacks back in the day. But he didn't have an opportunity to wear number 12 until this guy with the Dallas Cowboys gave up the number. He was a punter for Dallas, and he was also a pro basketball player. So today we're going to be talking about the strange case of Knoxville, Tennessee's own Ron Widby, whose decision to give Roger Staubach his number with the Cowboys changed NFL and sports history. Now, born March 9th, 1945, passed away Christmas week 4 years ago. Played in the NFL for the Cowboys and the Packers. He was a member of the New Orleans Buccaneers of the ABA and played college football at the University of Tennessee. Now, when he passed away at the age of 75, literally it was a story on NPR talking about how he was such a great player, but his decision to give Roger his number literally did something that was considered not only selfless, but, groundbreaking. Now, when he attended Fulton High School, he was a multi-sport athlete. He played QB in football, and from his childhood in Knoxville, Widby showed tremendous athletic promise. One retired Knoxville sports writer, Marvin West, recalled for a 2011 story in Widby that he was good for his age. Every step of the way of his career, he was smooth for his age. Widby himself would recall, I grew up with the idea I was going to win a scholarship at the University of Tennessee. He did just that, signing with the Volunteers after starting as a quarterback, safety, and punter at Fulton High School in Knoxville. However, near the end of his senior football season at Fulton, he broke his arm and shoulder in a devastating hit. Widby recovered well enough to have a strong senior base basketball season. Now, 6'4", 210. After arriving at his hometown university, he initially decided to concentrate on basketball due to his high school injury. Even though he did not attend spring or fall practice with the freshman football team, at the time, freshmen were not allowed to play NCAA dubbed varsity sports. The football team kept him on scholarships in hopes he would change his mind. As it turned out, the football coaching staff went to head basketball coach Ray Mears, telling him they needed a punter. Mears had no problem with Widby playing that position, and as Widby himself recalled in 2011, I always enjoyed punting a football. He also played in the freshman team in another of his high school sports, baseball, hitting nearly 400. Now, as a sophomore in 1964-65, he won the starting positions in both football and basketball. He averaged 41.1 yards on 74 punts. He also hit nearly 300 in what would be his only varsity baseball season, but felt bored by that sport. As a junior, he averaged 42.8 yards on 20 punts. He also met Tennessee's golf coach, who, upon finding out that Widby had also been on Fulton's varsity golf team, invited him to try out for the squad. Widby would go on to earn a letter in golf. He had the unusual situation of having his football team playing in the 65 Bluebonnet Bowl, and at the same time the basketball squad was participating in the Gulf South Classic. So he was ferried by airplane back and forth between Shreveport and Houston as his playing schedule required. Now, sports writer Ron Higgins would say in 2011, few athletes in SEC history enjoyed a better senior year in 67 than Ron in both football and basketball. As a senior in football, he led the nation in punting average who had 43.8 yards on 48 punts, while in basketball he averaged 22.1 points and 8.7 rebounds while leading the Volunteers to a conference title. He was named a second-team All-American in basketball and was also the Sex Basketball Player of the Year. Now, he scored 50 points in his last regular season game against LSU, finishing his college career with an outstanding 576 points. He also thought about continuing with golf, but decided against it because it had interfered with his NFL contract negotiations. Similar to the previous year, he had to take part in a basketball tournament and then rush to play in the 66 Gator Bowl football game in the same day. Now, in 97, he was inducted in the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame. In 2016, he was inducted in University of Tennessee Athletics Hall of Fame. Now, widely recruited, he eventually was drafted in the fourth round, 81st overall in the 67 draft. Now, he was also selected in 3 pro drafts in 2 sports. The Saints again selected him in that fourth round of 67, while in the same year he was chosen by the New Orleans Buccaneers in the ABA draft and was selected in the 12th round of the 67 NBA draft by the Chicago Bulls. Now, although basketball was his favorite sport, he signed with the Saints for a $50,000 bonus, who released him in August when he couldn't beat rookie undrafted free agent Tom McNeil for the post. No indication if that 50,000 was given back or not. Now, with the Buccaneers, he failed to make the Saints' inaugural season roster, so he's ready to go. Again, he signed with the ABA side, playing for that team during the 68 ABA season. Now, on September 13, 67, in a very, very interesting move, he was signed by the Cowboys after he was released from the Saints. He was assigned to the Oklahoma City Plainsmen of the Continental Football League before returning to the team's taxi squad in December. In 68, he became the starting punter and finished tied for fifth in the league with a 40.9 yard average. He had a franchise and NFL record with an 84-yard punt against his former team, the Saints, and also had a 56-yard punt in the same game, and set a record club mark by averaging 53.4 yards per punt. Now in 69, again, when Roger Staubach decided to resign his naval commission to join the Cowboys, he voluntarily gave up his number 12 jersey to the future Hall of Famer. He finished second in the league that year with a 43.3 average. Now, in 70, he was second in the NFC with a 41.3 average. He also set a Super Bowl record with 9 punt attempts while playing against the Colts in Super Bowl V, where Dallas, of course, lost in a devastating late-game field goal. In 71, he was third in the NFC with a 41.6 yard average, and he played in Super Bowl VI and became the second Cowboys punter to be named to the Pro Bowl. Sam Baker was the first in that championship season. Now, on September 5th, 72, to make room for rookie punter Marv Bateman, who would also place kick if needed, he was traded to the Packers along with quarterback Ike Thomas in exchange for a 73 second-round draft choice, and that turned out to be, get this, Golden Richards. So I want to talk about a connection with Dallas success. Now, with the Packers, he played 2 seasons for them before suffering a ruptured spinal disc in a freak accident that would cause him the last 2 games of 73, all of the 74 season, and ended his career, and leading to his release on July 18, 75. He averaged 41.8 yards per punt in 72 and 43.1 yards in 73. And of course, who took over for him later on? Danny White. So it just continues. He later became a club pro at a country club in Texas, and once he turned 50, he entered the qualifying school for the senior PGA Tour twice, just missing out of his tour card his second attempt. Before his death, he was retired and living in Allen, Texas. So, Widby, what a career, multiple leagues. The only thing is, like I said, there has to be decisions made with the jersey. I don't think Gretzky was wearing number 99 up until someone suggested going double number or something like that in junior. A number means a lot. A number tells a story. Jean Beliveau's number 4, Maurice Richard's number 9, Gretzky's number 99, Mariu's number 88, Guy Lafleur's number 10, Roger Staubach's number 12, Tom Brady's number 12. The number tells a story. 16, Joe Montana. Numbers make sports, and if Widby would have not given up that jersey, maybe, the significance of number 12, again, number 12, Yvonne Cornwade, it's much more prominent in the NHL than the NFL. But everybody knows number 12. If you're a football fan who doesn't know the history of number 12, you're not a football fan. But Roger Staubach, when you would run so fast, the 2 would be behind the 1. So you'd see the number 2 and the number 1, they're almost chasing when they didn't call him Roger the Dodger for nothing. So that's a story of the very talented and the very historic Ron Widby. If you like what we're doing here with our Vintage Dallas Cowboy podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, and share. And as we like to say in Northern New Brunswick, not keep your stick in the house, but how about them Cowboys? Have a good one. Bye.